Hi, welcome to today's lesson. We are going to learn the letter V. That's correct. That's the letter V. So, we're going to pronounce the letter and most importantly, learn to read and write the letter in your Puppy Lines book. So let's go!
But before we start, like and subscribe below.
So, let's listen to the sound and look at the pictures closely. The short sound V. The short sound V. Look at the letter V. Now look at the letter V. What's the sound of short V? The short sound of V is V. Let's say that again. The short sound of V is V. Now you say it. The short sound of V is V. That's it. Again, the short sound of V is V. That's correct. So, the short sound of V is well done. Great practice. The short sound of V is V. Great job. Look at the picture. This is a viola. No, not a violin. That's something different. Viola. It's a type of instrument. Yes. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. Viola. I'm sure you're gonna play it someday. Look at the picture. Van. Van. It's a type of transportation. Van. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound Van. That's correct. Look at the picture. Wow, that's a big bird. It's called a vulture. Vulture. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. Vulture. I'm sure you're going to hear more about it. Look at the picture. I know you have eaten this before. A few of these. Yes, it's called vegetables. Yes, vegetables. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. I'm sure you're going to hear more about it. Look at the picture. Mommy uses this to clean, I know. Yes, I remember. A vacuum. Yes, vacuum. Vacuum. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. Vacuum. Great job. Look at the picture. This is called a vehicle. Vehicle. It's a type of car. That's correct. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. Vehicle. Very good. Look at the picture. I know this place. Yes, it's definitely a place. It's called a village. There are so many types of villages. However, this is a village. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. It begins with the letter V. It begins with the short sound V. I'm sure you're gonna hear so much about it. Boys and girls, let's get ready to hear the story. Look at the words that begin and has the letter V. So we're going to also say the sound. So listen up. Introducing the letter V. Now, Mr. Van is the city vet. We visit the vet when our pet Zurus needs to get her checkup. Her name is Verma. Mr. Van has a yellow van, and the lady puts the pretty flowers in the vase and vacuums the room at the vet. Now, when Verma sees the vet, she listens to his voice and the vet checks her vision. The vet tells my dad what to do and then we leave. But before we leave, Mr. Van makes sure we get a chance to look at the pretty small hamsters in the cage and then we go back home for supper. I love the Zurus. Can you write the letter V on the puppy lines? Let's try and see. Here are some instructions before you start. You must write across the page. That is from left to right, which at the same time will help you to learn to write better. Now, let's look at your seating position. As a student, this is very important. You should sit correctly at your table, comfortably holding your tripod pencil. Yes? Great job! Now, sit back up straight. Lean back on your chair rest. Do not allow your pencil to lean over the table. Ensure that your chair is pulled close to your table and your feet must be kept flat on the floor. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Now, what's this letter again?
V.
That's correct. The short sound of V is Look at the picture, listen, then write the letter V. You slant down, slant up. Slowly, you slant down, then you slant up. Let's say that again. Great job! Try it with your finger in the air. You slant down, slant up. Slowly, you slant down, then you slant up. Amazing job! Great! Now keep practicing. Now let's write our letters like Peppy the puppy. Always remember that with body letters, you write between the dotted blue line and the red line. Let's try our letters like Peppy the puppy. Write the letter in your Penmanship Puppy Lines book. Now, let's try it on the paper. V. You slant down, slant up. Don't forget to do finger spacing. Slowly, you slant down, then you slant up. Amazing job! You slant down, then you slant up. Don't forget to do finger spacing. You slant down, then you slant up. That's correct! You slant down, then you slant up. You slant down, then you slant up.
Amazing! I am getting better.
Wow! You have completed your lesson on the letter V. Now stay tuned for the letter E. And the short sound of E is eh. Goodbye, you guys.
Our channel is just for you guys. Check the educational links below.
See you next time.